This is Mark Monlux, and this is your Friday night movie recommendation. The year is 2005. George W. Bush gets inaugurated for the second time. Let's see. Oh, Hurricane Katrina pretty much wipes out the South, and people are just devastated. The poor government response was examined for decades, and whether or not people are even capable of now of stepping up. Basically, people just lost complete faith in the government being able to handle a national disaster. And even though it's more than 20 years later, people still, it's still a joke how the government responded. So hopefully things have improved. Let's see, other things that happened that year. Oh, Million Dollar Baby won Best Picture. The We Belong Together by Myra Carey. I can't even say her name right. My friend Stan is laughing right now at this because he knows I just murdered names. And let's see. The New York Times had Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code as a bestseller, as well as there was another book that was at the top of the list at the beginning in January, which is 5 People You Meet When You Die. Lovely little book. Got turned into a nice movie as well. Oh, here we go. TV shows that premiered that year. How I Met Your Mother, Medium, Peppa Pig, The Ghost Whisperer, The Office, Supernatural, and some of those are still, Supernatural still going strong. And How I Met Your Mother is still strong in repeats. I still haven't watched all of either of those. But I did watch every single episode of Medium because I'm all into that. Never watched much of Peppa Pig. So, meanwhile, some of you grew up with that stuff, and I feel like an old man. But I had some movies to choose from in 2005. A really good movie, a horror movie that came out was Skeleton Key, and I almost picked that because the writer was the same guy that did Burnt Offerings, and that's another really good movie, horror film. And V for Vendetta came out. My God, that was excellent. But I'm going to mention a movie that I think has been sorely overlooked, and I'll explain that. And the movie I'm talking about is Cursed, starring Christina Ricci and a nice young Jesse Eisenberg. And it's a werewolf film, and that's why I love this film. I am a sucker for werewolf films. They'll go to the top of my list every single day of the week, and I was really excited to watch this film when it came out. I didn't get a chance to see the movie at the box office because it bombed. But I did get a chance to rent it. And again, it's one of those things where everything looks good on paper. You've got the director, Wes Craven, and he's working with the same guy that the writer that he worked with for On Scream, and that pair, excellent combination for those two. And then they pull in Rick Baker to do the special effects. How can you go wrong with that? And Rick Baker was a little hesitant to get in on this, but he says, "Hey, if I don't have if the studio doesn't mess with my designs, I'm good to go." He says, I want some creative freedom. So here's what happens. The producers, you might know them. Their name is pretty much mud these days. But a couple of brothers, they get into it and they think, oh, you know what? This film's almost done. Let's look at it. No, let's rework it. Let's rewrite. The amount of reworking, rewriting, and reshooting, reshooting of the film so many times that that at one point the cast members were wearing shirts that said "Cursed 4" on it as a joke because they've been back doing refilming. Actors got pulled in, actors got pulled off. I think the only one that really stayed the entire course was Christina Ricci. Oh my God, I'm just killing names tonight. Anyway, premise is a brother and sister in LA, side of the road. They get attacked by the wolf, werewolf, and now they're beginning to be really worried that they're turning into werewolves. And there's a strong comedic element. During production, Rick Baker was telling the producer, say, hey, I know you're planning on putting this in a box. And I can put this in a box, but you need to tell me now if it's going to come out of the box, because if you don't tell me that now, it means I'm going to have to start from scratch with a whole new set of people, because that's just how I work. I need the same set. And if we don't tell these people that they're in a box, they're going to take on other projects because they're professionals, so they got to keep busy. Well, the producers didn't really do that. So in the end, a lot of the Rick Baker designs just didn't go into the film. Instead, you got some CGI. Yes, I know what you're feeling. I feel the pain too. And the werewolf has made it onto some of the bad movie monsters, bad horror movie monster lists. But when I was watching it, I didn't know any of this in the background. I was just having fun because I enjoyed a good werewolf film, and I thought this was fun, and I thought it was okay. A little bit was predictable, but what werewolf movies aren't, and I was just having fun watching these actors play through on the storyline, and I found it kind of quirky, and I enjoyed it, and so that's why I'm going to recommend this to you. Perhaps it's going to be the sleeper hit for you that it was for me. Or maybe you're going to say, no, I can understand why this is in below the 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that I ever look at Rotten Tomatoes. I typically keep away from that. But I saw that, so I'm going to mention that. But trust me, give this one a shot. And that's my movie recommendation for tonight. Now, if you like my recommendations, please watch my past ones. I've been having great fun doing these. Do like, share, and follow. Do all that clicky stuff. Check out stuff in the doobly-doo or whatever. And I'll see you next time.